Ah, hold on. There's something here. Yes, guys, hello. How's it going? Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Welcome back to Inverse Audio. My name is 5X, and today you are joining me in the first episode of Road to Major Label. In this series, I'll basically just be documenting myself making music from start to finish, hopefully, and showing you guys my process, as well as that, just trying to get on some of these bigger labels and generally just making good music. Anyways, let's go into the door and get started with the productions. So to be completely honest, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just going to be making music and we'll see where it ends up. Anyway, I have a piano here. So I'm going to try and come up with some sort of melody. Yeah, I guess we'll go from there. Oh, that's quite cool actually. Let me get that down. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. We'll just keep rolling with this and see where it takes us, I guess. And if you guys wonder like how I generally sort of start my tracks, I couldn't really tell you. It's different every time. I think one thing I've realized recently though is when you're making new music, I think the main goal is just to have fun with it. So let's start converting some of these to basses. I think initially I'm going to split these into like two different patches, the low notes and then the high notes. And then this will be like some foghorn bass and maybe then like a lead or a reese or something. If you notice the new headphones, they are absolutely huge. Oh my god. But they sound amazing. It's like hearing collars. It's like I've never heard sound before, honestly. They are so good. They do look ridiculous though, but worth it, I think. And then I guess the other sound here would be almost like an accent sort of bass. Okay, I'm liking the tones of that. Gonna start beefing out some of these patches. This is sort of the way that I work, is I start off with really basic patches, just with like the default wave shapes and harmonic series, and then from there I'll start like beefing them out. Okay, those two are in the position that I think I'd want them. I'm going to start making the third bass, which is going to be like a foghorn sort of thing. Start off with a saw and then like harmonic series on like 12. Perfect. Right, my idea's starting to come together now. I heard the melody in my head and I think it's going to sound okay. We'll see. And then, yeah, some like supporting melody. I have no idea what this last bass is going to sound like. Right, I'm just going to organize all these, put them onto mixer tracks. So, okay, so now I've organized some of the basses. I'm going to do some post-processing just to get them sounding a bit nicer. Like a bit of EQ, maybe like a disperser. Sounded pretty cool. Maybe I'll give it a layer, which is going to have like a lot more width elements. Come on, we're going to maybe add in some chorus and stuff. Some unison, sorry. And what we'll do, actually, get a layer, set children, and there we go. Now it's playing the two layers. So yeah, I quite like the sound of this reese. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's get started with this bass, the accent bass. Cool, that's one layer done. That sounds like this. And then we'll do the other one. So for the second layer, I'm thinking of just going with some like weird like wavetables, some of these growl ones. Do some filter stuff. Cool, and then we'll add in one more layer, maybe like a noise layer sort of thing. Yeah, just distort them a lot. Cool, now I'm going to start processing all of these. Cool, so I have processed the three sounds and they sound a little bit like this now compared to this. think it's a pretty decent difference. And then we'll just clip it together using a gain reduction. Very loud. Okay, so I think I'll do for now. So let's move on to the foghorn. Kind of there. Just needs a little bit of TLC. Maybe if I make it like wobble. Perfect. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the matrix, drag macro 1 onto the auxiliary source of LFO1 going into B fine. So then I can control the amount of wobble, essentially. So then this is loads of wobble. This is 0. And I'll turn it up over time. I'll go. So, okay, I quite like that, actually. It's going to be cool. That'll be pretty good for a first layer. I'll go and find 2 weird wavetables and put them together. Right, and now this third layer. Cool, we have our 3 layers. So time to post-process them. More or less same process. Lots of EQs and distortions. Yes, and then I can do the whole wobbles. Oh, yes, beautiful. Bloody amazing. Right, let's hear the other basses in context with that. Okay, I've got a decent feeling about this one. I don't think it's going to be terrible. But what I'll do is I'll quickly organize this and get back to you in a second. Right, so now that we have this whole business... yeah, and what is missing desperately is some drums, so let's go do that. Okay, so for today's video, I will be using the Future Drum and Bass sample pack. If you haven't checked it out, I'll put the link in it in the description. It's about 600 files here. All of them are excellent quality. My best work so far. I am working on the next sample pack, guys. It will be out within the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. I think, I want a heavy kick. Something like this, maybe. Oh, beautiful. And then snare. Or maybe something like this, a bit higher up. Cool, and then, yeah, sidechain. Right, so as I was saying, I've started a new way of sidechaining, and that is by using Shaperbox. So I basically send a MIDI trigger, and then that tells this to turn on, and I'm doing it multi-band, so actually the low end will be sidechained for a lot longer than the high end. Cool, I'm going to flesh out the drums a little bit more, I reckon, because they sound a bit plain. Cool, I think that should sound a bit fuller now. Right, I'm just trying to figure out this melody over here, so I'm going to go back to the piano. I guess it kind of works. I did want it to go up, just to give some variation in the chord progression. Right, so I think the next thing would be automations. Just try and make this sound a bit less boring. I think the easiest one would be pitch automations. I'm going to do this on the accent basses. Okay, so now I've made it so that this automation controls all of the accent basses. And then I'm going to try something like this. I think that was the move. Cool, and then I'm going to go into the foghorn and then automate the wobble and the octave that we did earlier. And then maybe second time round we'll go higher octave. Yeah, and then maybe we'll bring the wobbles in. Yeah, I will do pitch bend on this as well. And I think we want the pitch bend to go down. Not as dramatic though. Change of mind, the octave is going to go the second time round. So we'll just copy everything. Cool, and there's a 16-bar loop. Okay, that's all I've got time for tonight, but I'm back again another day. Hello guys, how are we doing? It's now been about a week for me, and as you can see, quite a lot has changed. I have kind of revamped my studio, redone my lighting. It's actually still the same camera that I used to use, or the webcam. Up the lighting. I've not even got a new lighting, I've just set it up better. Tweaked settings, and now it looks crisp. Anyway, let's continue with making this a banger. But real quickly, just before we continue, I want to say a huge thanks for you seeing this number. That is 10,000. 10,000 of you subscribe to this channel, which actually is a little bit crazy. It's insane. So yeah, first of all, just a huge thank you to anyone who has ever even just watched my videos, bought a sample pack, supported me in any sort of way. I appreciate you, and thank you for allowing me to do this full time. With it now being 2025, I feel so much more inspired to create all sorts of new content for you guys. Sort of why I've redone the setup here. Let's continue with the track. We're about 2.5 hours in at this moment. So a good couple of hours, and I think that'll be enough for the first episode. But yeah, I think having a week break from it was a good idea, because I really like this like foghorn stack, but I'm not a huge fan of like the Reese sort of pitch, I guess, in the beginning. So I'll play about with a few things and try and get something to sound a bit better, a bit more polished, I guess. Okay, that's nice. That's a cool little variation. Cool. Yeah, I think one thing I'm really not vibing with is that Reese in the beginning. It just doesn't fit well at all. So I'm going to try and replace it for something else. Maybe some like stabs, like bum bum bum. Well, on the same note as this, so it'd be the A and then the G sharp, etc. So I've slightly changed up the kick pattern here. I'm thinking maybe we could have like a little stab, almost like a chord stab that goes. I think that might be a little bit more suiting. So I'm going to try and sound design something here. Hold on. There's something here. It's kind of weird and atonal now, but let me just play about with it. There's something here. I kind of just like it with the thirds, to be honest. Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing about with this, getting the sound design right, do a little dispersion here and there. Oh, what if I made them into stabs? Cool, so I kind of want it to, I think, filter in. Bam, bam. But I want that done manually, I think, at the end of the group. So I'm just going to do that with this EQ. I'll do like so. Okay, hold on. What have I just done? Okay, so I mean, this is where we're up to now, considering I've changed it a lot. It's sounding pretty alright for now. I think I'm a lot happier than what it was at before. It's got a different vibe to it now. I don't hate it. Still gonna need a lot of work. I've kind of gone for the synth, yeah, and then I've just made like this other stack that we had before supporting it. Just need to make it a lot fatter now, I guess. shit. Oh, that's quite nice. So we'll just automate it. Kind of doing a similar thing. Cool. So now I'm just going to automate this harmonic so that the second time round it plays a higher octave. I feel like this is very unique sounding. I've never really heard anything like it. I think I'm going to add some cool drum fills and stuff here in a bit. So I think for now I'm just going to finalize some of the sound design. Maybe add like another high-end layer or something. And then just post-process it or make it sound good. And then move on to the next element. Alright, ladies and gents, this is what I've managed to come up with. Something goes a little bit like this. Yeah, not fully set on it yet. Basically just had like 2-3 layers for each of the chords, or I guess the individual layers within themselves, right? So you got a slight low bass, and then the lead as well on top. It just sounds really nice. I'm not fully set on this last note yet. I might try something else. Yeah, I do also have this cool like neuro hit I made. I might try and sneak that in somewhere. Hold on. I think we're cooking again. Right, so what I've done is I've automated the reverb here. I've sent both of these to a reverb channel. And then, yeah, I've used this hit, cut this one short, automated the reverb all the way down. Now I reckon pair a nice little laser. Something like this, but really quick. A little bit longer. Oh, there we go. There we go. Don't even know what key this is in. F. I think just so the drums stand out a bit more, I'm going to add in some parallel compression. Should be set up. Maybe a bit of reverb for the drums as well. I think this is the layer it was missing. It was just an extra. So yeah, I'll just design something cool. It's cool how we have like different layers which just make up the chord, but they're played kind of, they all have different characteristics. I'll see what I can do with this one. Oh, yes, please. Right, I think I'm done with this 16-bar loop. It's taken me quite a while to get everything right. About 2 hours from when I started this recording session. I think I'm just gonna do maybe a bit of the intro. Okay, cool. And that is the first episode done. This is where I'm going to leave it today. Feel like I need another little break. I am enjoying where this is going. I am probably going to change, a lot of it. But I like the vibe. I like the direction it's headed in. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode of the road to the big labels. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, make sure to check out the website if you need any sample packs, mixing and mastering, or any one-to-one tuition. And with that, I will see you next time, guys. Peace.